Hi, everybody. Welcome to the script reading of The Simpsons, famous animated sitcom. We're going to do about 5 episodes tonight. We're going to do Cape Feare, Deep Space Homer, Homer's Enemy, Kamp Krusty, and Marge versus the Monorail. Now, let me introduce you to our cast tonight. I'm going to be the host. My name's Curtis. I'm going to be the host. I'll be playing Bart, Mr. Burns, Dr. Hibbert, Apu, Ottoman, and Lyle Lanley. And we got Ian, who's going to be our Homer Simpson, Abraham, Barney, and other roles. We have Jessica, who's going to be our Marge Simpson, Ralph Wiggum, and other roles. We have Anne, who's Lisa, Patty and Selma, and a Krabappel, and other roles. We have Carina, who is Miss Hoover, Maude Flanders, and other roles. Danny, as Buzz Aldrin, Frank Grimes, Sebastian Cobb, Leonard Nimoy, and some other background roles. Keegan as Lou, Dolph, Kent Brockman, and other background roles. Got Jared as Martin Prince, Rainer Wolfcastle, James Taylor, Mayor Quimby, and Lenny, and Jimbo. Eric as Sideshow Bob, and Snivers, and Millhouse, and Kearney, and Grounds Willie, and Krusty Clown, and Moe. Got lots of characters here. We got Jeremy as Nelson, Ned Flanders, Keith Wiggum, and Rudy as Carl, Snake, Seymour Skinner, Reverend Lovejoy, and that's our cast. So, and I'll be doing the scene scripting as well. So we're going to be ready to go in just a bit here. First episode to start with is Cape Feare, written by John Vitti. On a TV screen, a show is about to begin as curtains are drawn open.
Am I this announcer?
Yes.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Up Late with McBain. I'm your announcer, Marko. Fuck. And here's McBain.
Applause from the audience as McBain comes out of the curtains, greets his band and audience.
Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, that's nice. Let's say hello to my music guy, Scooey.
Scully takes a bow as the audience applauds.
That is some outfit, Scooey. It makes you look like a homosexual.
Crowd immediately boos. Boo!
Oh, maybe you are all homosexuals too.
Boo! Cut to the Simpsons living room. Bart and Lisa are watching the show on TV. This is horrible.
Nowhere is sunk to a new low.
Marge steps in and hands Lisa an envelope.
Lisa, you got a letter.
Lisa takes the envelope and opens it.
It's from my pen pal, Anya.
She opens the letter and reads it.
Dear Lisa, as I write this, I'm very sad. Our president has been overthrown and...
The voice suddenly transforms to that of a sinister man.
Replaced by a benevolent General Krull, all hail Krull and his glorious new regime. Sincerely, little girl.
Oh.
You got a letter too, Bart.
Bart takes the envelope, opens the letter, reads it. On the letter, which seems to be written in red blood, reads, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. In the prison cell, as chilling dramatic music plays, someone pricking their finger on a dagger to draw blood. With that blood, they write on a piece of paper, die, Bart, die. Soon after, they take a pink paper that is a things to do list, also written in blood. The paper lists threaten Bart and do laundry. The mysterious man checks these off with his blood. He also writes 5 corn holders. On to establish shop at the Simpson house. The Itchy and Scratchy Show. Simpson living room. Bart and Lisa watch TV. Lisa looks content while Bart looks rather nervous. On the TV, the title card says Itchy and Scratchy in Spay Anything. A Scratchy the cat dressed as a surgeon chases Itchy the mouse with a bloody knife. In the short, Itchy stands by Itchy's cat hospital. They are signed to say, we pay your pet $75. Scratchy walks by and sees a sign. By the sign, he sees it. Dollar signs are in his eyes and he runs into the hospital. Itchy excitedly jumps from the sign and it actually says, we spay your pet $75. As Scratchy runs into the hospital, 2 bulldogs in white coats grab him and strap him on the table. We see Itchy as a doctor wave to Scratchy and press a button. A deep laser moves his way towards Scratchy as he screams. James Bond type music plays as Scratchy searches the room for something to save his life. He then spots the laser's plug. Scratchy extends his tongue to reach for the cord and plug it out. The laser shuts down and Scratchy sighs the room. Itchy runs back in, plugs back the laser, and its laser turns on and immediately dies Scratchy to pieces. In the Simpsons' living room, Lisa laughs hysterically while Bart continues to look quite nervous.
Bart, what's wrong with you?
In the front door, Homer grabs a letter from the table and reads it.
Oh my God!
The family, Snowball, Santa's little helper, even a mouse from the hole gathered to see what's the commotion.
Someone's trying to kill me. Oh, wait, it's for Bart.
Homer hands Bart the letter, reads it in blood. Die, Bart, die. Simpson's kitchen. The Simpsons, including Grandpa Abraham, surround the table with Bart's death threats laid out.
This one's in different handwriting.
Homer grabs the letter.
Oh, I wrote that one. After Bart somehow put this tattoo on my butt.
Homer zips down his pants and shows the family that his rear end says the wide load. The family laughs, and then Nelson can be seen at the window. Who want to hurt me? I'm the century's Dennis the Menace.
It's probably the person you least suspect.
That's good, Dad.
I say we call Matlock. He'll find the culprit. It's probably that even Gavin McLeod or George Goober Lindsay.
Grandpa, Matlock's not real.
Neither are my teeth, but I can still eat corn on a cob if someone eats it off and smushes it on a fine paste. Now that's good eating.
Springfield Elementary schoolyard. Bart hides under some monkey bars. Millhouse approaches him.
I checked around. The girls are calling you fatty, fat, fat. And Nelson's planning on pulling you down your pants. But nobody's trying to kill you.
Oh, that's good. Nelson sneaks up from behind, pulls down Bart's shorts to reveal his tidy whities.
Fatty, fat.
Fat.
In Bart's room, on his alarm clock that switches to 7 o'clock as the radio comes on.
All right. This is a dedication to Bart Simpson with the message, I'm going to kill you slowly and painfully.
Bart has a frightened look on his face as he pulls his covers and wipe out by the surfers. The surfers begins playing. Oh, wipe out! Simpson's kitchen. Marge is seen cutting out coupons. Bart passes by.
Bart, I'm going to get you.
Marge points her scissors towards Bart as he gasps.
Some ice cream at the store since I'm saving so much money on Diet Cola.
Outside Simpson's Flanders house, Bart walks on the sidewalk as Ned Flanders pops out of the bushes scaring Bart. He seems to be wearing a Freddy Krueger-like razor claws on his hanger.
Say your prayers, Simpson.
Bart shows himself as using his school notebook.
Because the schools can't force you like they should.
Flanders trims his bushes with his razor claws as Maude approaches carrying a tray of 2 glasses of lemonade.
Ma, these new finger razors make hedge trimming as much fun as sitting through church.
Ned is revealed to be trimming the hedge in the shape of an angel and a heart. Springfield Elementary, Krabappel's classroom. Bart sits nervously at his desk as Edna Krabappel approaches.
You're going to be my murder victim, Bart. And our school production of Lizzie Borden, starring Martin Prince as Lizzie.
Martin dressed in drag.
40 wax with a wet noodle, Bart.
Springfield Police Department. Marge speaks with Chief Wiggum at his desk.
I'd like to help you, ma'am, but I'm afraid there's no law against mailing threatening letters.
I'm pretty sure there is.
Huh? The day I take cop lessons from Ma Kettle.
Officer Lou approaches Wiggum.
Hey, she's right, Chief.
Lou shows Wiggum a book that says Springfield Law.
Well, shut my mouth. It's also illegal to put squirrels down your pants for the purpose of gambling.
In the back room, see a bunch of cops shouting, betting cash as a cop in the middle is laughing as something travels fiercely around his pants.
Boys, knock it off.
The cop's groan as one of them shakes the squirrels out of his pants legs. In Bart's bedroom, as Bart feels trouble, Lisa rushes over to him.
Bart, I figured it out. Who's someone who's been making an irritating phone calls to you for years?
Linda Lavin?
No, someone who didn't deserve it.
Simpson kitchen. Lisa dials on the phone.
Hello? Mo?
Mo's bar. Mo listens to Lisa on the phone.
We know you're the one behind this, so knock it off or we're going to call the cops.
No, I'll take care of it.
Mo hangs at the phone and opens the back room door that says keep out. We reveal the room has a couple of rough-looking guys in there.
Okay, it's over. Get him out of here.
Mo grabs an axe and opens the gate, revealing a panda walking out. Outside Mo's more pandas flood out of the barn.
All right, on delay.
Bart's window. They're out there somewhere. But where? Where? We zoom out to see the Springfield neighborhood, and we zip across the trees and clouds towards the Springfield Penitentiary. As we zoom into a barred window, in the prison cell, we see Bart start to continue to write a letter in blood that says, "See you soon, Bart." It is then revealed that the writer of the letter is none other than Sideshow Bob. As he laughs menacingly, looking over his new letter, Bob puts the letter aside, takes out another piece of paper, sucks his bloody finger, and then begins to write another letter.
Dear life in these United States, a funny thing happened to me.
Suddenly, Bob feels woozy and dizzy due to all the blood being lost in his finger. It then passes out on the table. The cellmate is revealed to be Snake Jailbird.
Use a pen, Sideshow Bob.
Parole board. Snake stands before 3 parole judges.
Parole granted. Next up, Bob Terwilliger, a.k.a. Sideshow Bob.
Take care, Snake. May the next time we meet under more felicitous circumstances.
Gah.
Take care.
Bah.
Better during Bob's parole meeting.
Sideshow Bob has no decency. He called me Chief Pigham.
The attendees erupt in laughter.
And now I get it. Good.
Dissolved to later in the parole meeting. Selma. Selma.
Sorry. Sideshow Bob tried to kill me on our honeymoon.
How many people in this court are thinking of killing her right now?
A few attendees raise their hands.
Be honest.
A few of the attendees turn to most of them as you pan across the piece and stop on Selma's twin sister, Patty Bouvier, also raising her hand. An attendee next to her gasped.
She's always leaving the toilet seat up.
Dissolved to later in parole meeting.
Robert, if released, would you pose any threat to one Bart Simpson?
Bart Simpson? Ha! The spirited little scamp who twice foiled my evil schemes and sent me to this dank urine-soaked hellhole.
We object to the term urine-soaked hellhole when you could have said pee-pee-soaked heckhole.
Cheerfully withdrawn.
What about that tattoo on your chest? Doesn't it say Die Bart Die?
Oh no, that's German for V, Bart V.
No one who speaks German can be evil, man.
Parole granted.
Sideshow Bob leaves penitentiary on a mission for revenge. We cut to outside of the movie theater with a marquee that says, "Ernest goes somewhere cheap." In the movie theater, Sideshow Bob lights up a cigar and blows a huge ton of smoke in the theater as the movie plays. "Wow, public library. Let's stay here for a while, Bert." Bob roars with obnoxious laughter as the theater is filled with smoke. Behind them are the Simpsons, clearly being annoyed by this theater patron. Unbeknownst to them is Bob.
That man is so rude.
Yeah.
Homer says as he's sucking on a huge-ass cigar way bigger than Bob's. Bob continues to laugh obnoxiously.
If you don't mind, we're trying to watch the movie.
Hey, Bert, I'm gonna get my head out of this toilet. Then Homer roars with a laugh, even more louder and obnoxious than Bob.
Oh, really? That is too much.
Sideshow Bob! Sideshow Bob! It was you who sent me those letters.
You awful man. Stay away from my son.
Oh, I'll stay away from you, your son, all right. Stay away forever.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. That's no good.
Bob is now annoyed at himself.
Ugh.
Bob gets up from his seat and leaves, a beat. And he rushes back to the Simpsons.
Wait, I've got a good one now. Marge, stay away from my son again.
No!
Montage. Bob spends his time in his apartment working out and obsessing over murdering Bart. He has pictures of Bart plastered on his walls. He does pull-ups, and it is revealed that on Bob's back, he has a tattoo of a decapitated Bart's head on a skateboard. It says, "Ouch, man." Bart lives as on his knuckles. We see written in red on each knuckle, respectively, love and hate. Radio Raheem style from Do the Right Thing. We then see Bob exercising to a fitness video.
And turn
and flex and shake and bounce and turn and flex and shake and bounce.
Simpson home. All around the inside of the house, we see tripwire. In the kitchen, all of the tripwire leads to a Krusty doll sitting on a chair. Chief Wiggum and Homer are in the kitchen.
Now, Sideshow Bob can't get in without me knowing. And once a man is in your home, anything you do to him is nice and legal.
Is that so?
Homer leans out his window and sees Ned Flanders watering his grass next door.
Oh, Flanders, won't you join me in my kitchen?
In the kitchen, Homer chuckles menacingly as he waits by the kitchen entrance, ready to pound Flanders.
Doesn't work if you invite him in. Hoddly hot.
Go home, Flanders.
Toodly doo.
Hitman's office. Homer sits in front of the hitman for hire.
Now, don't you threaten. When I'm through, we won't set foot in this town again. I can be very, very persuasive.
The hitman takes out a gun and cocks it. A random bar, the hitman and Bob sit at a random bar.
Come on, leave town.
No.
I'll be your friend.
No.
Oh, you're mean.
Here at Evergreen Terrace, Bob is driving an ice cream truck and speaks over to PA. As he speaks, we cut to the inside of both the Flanders and Simpson homes.
The following residents will not be killed by me. Ned Flanders, Maude Flanders.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Homer Simpson, Maude Simpson, Lisa Simpson, that little baby Simpson. That is all.
Bart's bedroom, Bart looks even more hopeless as Homer rushes in.
Woohoo! Did you hear that, Bart?
Bart turns and looks at Homer and looks hopeless.
Oh.
Witness relocation program office. The Simpsons family sits in front of two witness relocation agents.
Don't worry, Mr. Simpson. We've helped hundreds of people in danger. We'll give you a new name, new job, new identities.
Oh, I want to be John Elway.
Homer's daydream. Homer's on the football field as one of the athletes.
Elway takes the snap, runs into the touchdown. Thanks to Elway's patented last set and magic, the final score of the Super Bowl 30, Denver 7, San Francisco 56.
Homer as Elway dances on the end zone. And back to the witness relocation office.
Woohoo!
I don't think this is such a good idea.
This isn't just because of Sideshow Bob. It's a chance to turn around our stinking lives.
I'll be Gus, lovable chimney sweep, playing as a whistle, sharp as a thistle, best in all of Westminster, yeah!
Shut up, boy.
We have places your family can hide in peace and security. Cape Feare, Terror Lake, New Horrorfield, Screamville.
Oh, Ice Creamville.
No, Screamville.
Ah!
Tell you what, sir, from now on, you'll be Homer Thompson at Terror Lake. Let's just practice a bit, When I say, hello, Mr. Thompson, you'll say hi.
Check.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Nothing.
Remember now, your name is Homer Thompson.
I got you.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Still nothing. Resolved to later hours pass by as the Simpson family, except for Homer and the two agents, look tired and are annoyed by Homer's usual stupidity.
Now, when I say, hello, Mr. Thompson, and press down on your foot, you smile and nod.
No problem.
Hello, Mr. Thompson.
Still fucking nothing. A beat.
I think he's talking to you.
Outside of Simpson's home, on a driveway, the Simpson family sit in a brand new convertible provided by the agent, standing with them as he hands the Homer the keys.
Here you go.
Oh, what a cute convertible. You guys at the Bureau thought of everything.
Hey, look, the FBI Light Opera Society sings the complete Gilbert and Sullivan.
Music starts to play as the Simpsons drive off. Exterior, on the road. Three little maids from school are we? Part of the school girl well can be. Filled to the brim with
girl is glee. Sweet little girl from school. Everything is a source of fun.
Ha 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 ha. They tilt down convertible and we see Bob underneath, hanging on and chuckling sinisterly. The family then drives over some speed bumps.
Lousy speed bumps.
Underneath, we see that Bob is getting his lion's share of the speed bumps as each one hits his head.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Homer slurps a mug of coffee.
This coffee is too hot.
Homer dumps it on the road as we hear off screen a hot sizzling coffee splash on Bob.
Ow!
Selma comes across a cactus patch on the road.
Hey kids, you want to drive to the cactus patch?
Yeah!
No!
Oh, well, 2 against 1.
Homer swerves off the road and drives into cactus patches and we hear Bob howling with pain. Dissolved through the Thompsons mock opening. We get an almost exact style of the opening of the show, except the title is the Thompsons. Instead of panning across a bird's eye view of Springfield, We have shot across Terror Lake. The Simpsons, or Thompsons in this case, park in front of their boathouse, rush inside and sit on their couch from TV, the same style as the show's opening, with a gag of a net of fish rained on them. Outside the boathouse.
Whoa, a houseboat. You know the great thing is, if you don't like your neighbors, you can just pull up anchor and sail someplace else.
The family laughs at Homer's joke as their neighboring houseboats sail off. The Simpsons move towards their new home. As he tilts down to the bottom of the convertible, crawls out Bob covered in cactus spikes. As soon as Bob resurfaces, he steps on a rake that whams him in the face. Bob steps the other way and hits another rake, whamming him in the face. Bob steps the other way and hits another freaking rake, whamming him in the face. The same thing keeps repeating like clockwork for the next minute, with Bob stepping on rakes, getting whammed, and groans, bitterly annoyed. Simpsons houseboat.
Homer, where's the dog?
Oh, I tied him up out back.
Outside houseboat, Santa's little helper is tied up to a pier pole as he swims around in a circle. Simpsons houseboat.
We've left it all behind. How can you make a clean break with your life?
Relax, Marge. I tied up all the loose ends before we left.
Outside Simpson's home, Abraham Simpson continuously knocks on the front door.
Hello? Hello? You have my pills. Help! I'm cold and the wolves are after me.
We didn't hear wolves howling in the distance.
Oh.
Terror Lake Street. Bart walks down the street as a car pulls up next to him.
Hello, Bart.
Ah! Bart screams. Bart just sees a sweet elderly lady driving in the car next to him.
Down here, Bart.
Bob is seen underneath the vehicle. He unstraps himself from the vehicle as the lady drives off. A wheel hits Bob in the face.
Ow!
What do you want?
Surely there's no harm in laying in the middle of a public street.
Suddenly, a marching band comes marching down the street, stopping on Bob. This includes some elephants that each have a banner that respectively says a word in the sentence. Terror Lake, salutes, Hannibal, crossing, the Alps.
Not the elephants, no! Ow, 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 ow.
Crunching, groaning, and wailing is heard from Bob below. The Simpsons boathouse, Bart rushes into his parents sitting at the table. Mom, Dad, I saw such a Bob and he tried to kill me.
Bart, don't interrupt.
Homer, this is serious.
No, it is not.
In the Bates Motel, seriously, that's what it's called, we see Bob writing at a desk.
Roman numeral 3. Surprise boy in bed. And, disembowel him. No, I don't like that bowel in there, no. Got him. Le mot juste.
Bart's boathouse bedroom. Bart tosses, turns, moans, and groans in his sleep. The door creaks open and Bart sees a large butcher knife enter.
Bart, you want some brownie before you go to bed?
Ah!
What? Let me cut your brownie while they're still hot.
Dad, I'm kind of edgy right now. I'd appreciate you not coming in my room screaming and brandishing a butcher's knife.
Why? Oh, right. This Sideshow Bob thing. I'm sorry, boy.
Homer kisses Bart in the forehead and leaves the room. As Bart returns back to sleep, Homer kicks open the door and rushes in wearing a hockey mask and operating a chainsaw.
Bart, you want to see my new chainsaw and hockey mask?
Ah!
Oh, sorry. What am I thinking?
Homer kisses a shaken and traumatized Bart on the forehead again. Outside boathouse, he lights in the houseboat turn off. Then, just then, a drenched Sideshow Bob steps out of the water and onto the boat. Bob shakes his messy large red hair like a dog back into position. As Bob walks on the boat, he hits yet another rake and groans annoyed as he does. Bob shoots a machete, cuts the rope tied from the boat to the pier as the boat sails off, with Bob heading to look for Bart. In Bart's boathouse bedroom, the door slowly creaks open as light pours in, awakening Bart. Bart sits up at his bed and sees Bob standing at the door.
Hello, Bart.
Mom! Dad!
Your family can't help you now.
Exterior to pier, we see the rest of the Simpson family tied up on the ground, including Snowball and Santa's little helper. Homer stays asleep and snoring.
Oh, Dad's been drugged!
No, he hasn't.
Bart's boathouse bedroom. As Bob is about to strike Bart with a machete, Bart jumps out of the window behind his bed as Bob slices through the pillow. A boathouse on the lake. Bart runs out to the boat. Bart runs to one side of the boat over the edge, sees the crocodile ready to jump at anything. That falls off. Uh-oh. Bart runs to the other side of the boat and over edge sees electric eels. Bart runs back to the other side of the boat and sees the crocodile again. Oh, yeah.
Well, Bart, any last requests?
Well, there is one, but Bart spots a sign near the lake that says Springfield, 15 miles. Bart gets an idea. Nah.
No, go on.
Well, you have such a beautiful voice.
Guilty as charged.
Uh-huh. I was wondering if you could sing the entire score of the HMS Pinafore.
Very well, Bart. I shall send you to the heaven before I send you to hell.
Bob says Bart in a chair.
All right. And a 1 and a 2. We sail the ocean blue, and a saucy trip's a beauty. We are sober men and true, attentive to our duty.
Later.
Poor little buttercup, poor little buttercup.
Sideshow Bob is in drag wearing a mop as a hair and bathrobes.
Though I could never tell why.
Bart eats popcorn enjoying this.
What never? No, never. What never?
We see the boat is now sailing closer to Springfield.
For he himself has said it, and it's clearly to his credit, for he is an Englishman. He remains an Englishman.
Bart gives Bob a standing ovation and Bob does a curtain bow back. Bob approaches Bart, ready to kill him again. Bob empties his sword.
And now, Bart, for the final curtain.
Bob inches his sword closer to Bart. As the ship hits a rock, Bob tumbles toward the edge and almost falls off. Shotguns are then heard talking and ready to fire.
Hold it right there, Sideshow Bob. You're under arrest.
By Lucifer's beard!
Yeah. It's a good thing you drifted by this brothel.
Springfield near the river. We see Bob being carried away as Bart is reunited with the Simpson family. I knew I had to buy some time, so I asked him to sing the score to the HMS Pinafore.
Ooh, a plan fiendishly clever in its intricacies.
Take him away, boys.
Hey, I'm Chief here. Take him away, toys.
Did you say, Chief?
Do what the kid said.
Outside the Simpson home, the Simpson pulls up and returns to their house. Home sweet home.
It's so good to be home again.
Suddenly, Abraham rushes over to the car and said it seems he has grown long hair and a pair of breasts.
Look what happened without my pills!
Bart, go run upstairs and get Grandpa's medicine.
Jasperton shows up looking dapper and ready for a date.
Not so fast. I want to court this fair young maiden.
Abraham blushes and we cut to black.
There's something you should know about me.
I've got Steve and 80 tickets.
I'm all yours.
End of episode. Awesome.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome. Good job, everybody. Deep Space Homer, written by David Merkin. Springfield Power Plant, main yard.
Attention. All workers charge immediately to the main yard for the Mandatory Worker of the Week Award festivities.
Workers of the power plant walk towards the main yard in single file lines and proceed themselves through an X-ray scan as the scanners inspect their X-rays.
Clean, pistol, Uzi, 2 kids posing as an adult. Oh, hey, Homer.
Hey.
Homer Simpson walks to the X-ray scan with a skeleton X-ray looking more like a Neanderthal. He also scratches his armpit.
I hate these Worker of the Week award ceremonies.
Yeah, who even cares anymore? Everyone that works here has already got one.
Except for...
Hello. Well, today's the day for Homer Day. I know I'm going to win this time.
Yeah? How come?
Union Rule 26. Every employee must win Worker of the Week at least once, regardless of gross incompetence, obesity, or rank order.
Attention, everyone.
Intercut between main yard and balcony.
Let's have an odd hush, please, for Mr. Burns.
Montgomery Burns steps out as the crowd gasping off. Ooh. Comrades, It's imperative that we crush the freedom fighters before the start of the rainy season. I remember a shiny new donkey for whoever brings me the head of Colonel Montoya. Smithers whispers into Bart, burns his hand. What? And by that I mean, of course, it is time for the work of the week award. I can't believe we've overlooked this week's winner for so very, very long. We simply could not function without his tireless efforts. Homer plays with his fingers out of giddy nervousness. So a round of applause for this inanimate carbon rod. Burns indeed holds up an inanimate carbon rod as Smithers places the metal over it. The workers cheer and whoop as they leave, but Homer isn't too happy as he grumbles in frustration and anger.
Inanimate, huh? I'll show him inanimate.
Simpson's kitchen. The Simpsons family, Homer, Marge, Bart, Lisa, and Maggie sit around the kitchen table eating dinner as Homer plays with his food.
Stupid carbon rod. It's all just a popularity contest.
Wow, did you actually get to see the rod?
I'm sorry, homie.
Nobody respects me at work.
Well, we respect you.
Bart writes with a dry erase mark on the back of Homer's head. Insert brain here. Bart and Lisa start laughing.
Bart, I told you, don't draw on your father's skull.
Then Marge sees what Bart wrote and she starts scuffling.
What? What does it say? I want to see.
Homer tries to spin around to see the back of his head. He starts grunting like an ape and proceeds to spaz out. As he spins on the kitchen floor, the rest of the family have a good laugh. The laughter quickly dies out as the family transitions from laughing at Homer to feel sorry for him. Homer's grunting and spazzing continues through this. Simpson living room. Homer sits on the couch and decides to watch the TV.
TV respects me. It laughs with me, not at me.
Homer turns on the TV, and what does he see? Just a random douche on the TV pointing directly at Homer, laughing at him.
You stupid!
No!
Homer quickly changes the channel to a news broadcast.
It's a lovely day for a launch here, live at Cape Canaveral at the lower end of the Florida Peninsula. And the purpose of today's mission is truly, really electrifying.
That's correct, Tom. The lion's share of this flight will be devoted to study of the effects and weightlessness of tiny screws.
Unbelievable. And just imagine the logistics of weightlessness. Of course, this could have literally killed millions of applications here on Earth, and everything from watchmaking to watch repair.
Boring.
Homer changed the channel, but it doesn't change. Uh-oh.
Oh no, the batteries.
Now let's look at the crew a little.
They're a colorful bunch. They've been dubbed the Three Musketeers.
And we laugh legitimately. There's a mathematician and a different kind of mathematician and a statistician.
Homer just desperately tries to fit the batteries into the remote.
Make it stop.
Bart walks and notices the horror that Homer has on TV. No, not another boring space launch. Change the channel, change the channel.
I can't.
Bart quickly lunges toward the TV plug and unplugs it from the socket, saving them from the boring horrors of the human race's greatest achievement in transportation of our generation. Homer and Bart sigh with relief. NASA control day. A NASA scientist runs up to a general with printed out stats.
Sir, we've run into a serious problem with the mission. These Nielsen ratings are the lowest ever.
The general looks over the stats.
God, oh my God. We've been beaten by a Connie Chung Christmas.
NASA meeting room. General is addressing people in the meeting room, including other NASA scientists and marketing agents.
People, we're in danger of losing our funding. America isn't interested in space exploration anymore.
Maybe we should finally tell them that the big secret, that all the chimps we sent to space came back super intelligent.
An intelligent ape in business suit holding a pipe swivels around in the spinning chair.
No, I don't think we'll be telling them that.
The chimpanzee chitters and walks out of the room.
We need a fresh angle to get the public interested.
The public sees our astronauts as clean-cut, athletic go-getters. They hate people like that.
Well, what do they like?
Here are some of the most popular personalities on television or TV.
The scientist turns on the nearest TV. We see an episode of Home Improvement on the screen, as you see Tim Taylor on a tractor with Wilson spying on him behind the gate. I did it! I supercharged my riding mower! Tim Taylor grunts into Tim Allen as he starts the tractor. But it reverses, crashing through the gate and running over Wilson. Oh no, I killed Wilson. Looks like it's back to jail for me. The scientists would switch to the channel where we see this time on episode of Married with Children, Al and Peg Bundy sitting on the couch.
Al, let's have sex.
No, Peg.
We hear the sitcom audience laughing. Al then flushes a random toilet that just so happens to be next to him. This time, the sitcom audience goes full-on Fuller House audience and starts cheering and whooping. The scientist turns off the TV.
Why, they're all a bunch of blue-collar slobs.
People. That's who we need for our next astronaut.
I suggest a lengthy, inefficient search at the taxpayer's expense, of course.
I wish there was an easier way.
The phone nearby rings and the General answers it.
Oh, hello? Is this NASA?
Yes.
Enter a couple of meeting room at Moe's bar.
Good. Listen, I'm sick of your boring space launches. I'm just an ordinary blue-collar slob, but I know what I liked on TV.
How did you get this number?
Shut up. And another thing, how come I can't get no tang around here? Also, hold on a second.
A toilet flushes in the background over the line. The faces of the scientists in the meeting room light up as they think they just found their blue-collar slob.
People, our long search is over.
In Moe's bar, Homer is still on the payphone, obviously drunk.
Yeah, hello? Is this President Clinton? Good. I figured if anyone knew where to get some tang, it'd be you. Shut up.
The NASA scientist taps Homer on the shoulder.
Excuse me, are you the person that called NASA yesterday?
No, it wasn't me. I swear, it was him.
Homer points over to Barney Gumble.
Sir, how would you like to get higher than you've ever been in your life?
Be an astronaut? Sure.
Well, welcome aboard. I think you'll find that this will win you the respect of your family and friends.
Respect? No, it was me. I made the crank call. I do it all the time. Check with the FBI. I have a file.
Better take both of them.
The NASA scientist knocks both Homer and Barney unconscious at the club as they collapse to the floor.
I don't really think that was necessary. They wanted to be astronauts.
I know.
Next year, road to Cape Canaveral Day, the Simpsons family drive down a Florida road to Cape Canaveral in an old beat-up 1940s wagon, Beverly Hillbilly style. As they drive to the gates of Cape Canaveral, outside is a sign that says Cape Canaveral, formerly Cape Kennedy, formerly Cape Archbuncle. NASA press conference day, the General stands at a podium giving a press conference to a room of reporters.
Ladies and gentlemen and members of the press, I'd like to present the new generation of NASA astronaut, the average American.
Curtains on the stage reveal Homer and Barney in typical all-American dad attire, such as Homer wearing a barbecue apron that says "Hail to the Chef" and Barney wearing golf attire. The press starts chattering and asking questions.
Jim Wallace, Associated Press. Is this a joke?
Well, far from it, Jim. One of these men will prove space travel is within reach of the common man.
Toby Hunter, Minneapolis Star. No, really, is this a joke?
No, Toby. And no more questions about whether this is a joke.
The reporters groan.
Question for the barbecue chef. Don't you think there is an inherent danger in sending underqualified civilians into space?
Homer takes the mic at the podium.
I'll fill this one. The only danger is if they send us to that terrible Planet of the Apes. Wait a minute. Statue of Liberty? That was our planet.
Homer drops his knees and does his best Charlton Heston.
You maniacs! You blew it up! Damn you! Damn you all to hell!
Meanwhile, Barney belches, groans, and passes out on the ground.
Thank you, I'm afraid that's all we have time for.
Curtains close and Barney's pulled in. Exterior NASA airspace, the General and the scientists continue to show Homer and Barney around.
Now, of course, only one of you will be chosen to go into space, so the next few weeks will be a grueling series of tests to determine which one of you is most qualified.
Oh, and Mr. Gumble, for the duration of the training, there'll be no more beer.
The scientist takes a dub can from Barney.
What? 3 whole weeks with only wine? I'll go crazy.
And may the best man win. He's got a big drinking problem. Could embarrass the program. Meet me up in that tree later and I'll tell you more.
NASA living quarters. The Simpsons family stay in a house on the NASA campus and sit at a table eating dinner. Wow, my father, an astronaut. I feel so full of, what's the opposite of shame?
Pride?
No, not that. No, not that fucking shame.
Less shame?
Yeah.
No, Homer. When I found out about this, I went through a wide range of emotions. First, I was nervous, then anxious, then wary, then apprehensive, then kind of sleepy, then worried, and then concerned. But now I realize that being a spaceman is something you have to do.
Who's doing what now?
NASA training facility. Homer steps in wearing a training uniform to meet with the general and the scientists.
Well, here I am, right on time. I don't see Barney. Let's crash the rocket into a White House and kill the President Gumble.
Actually, he's been here since sunrise.
See a healthier, more energetic, fit, and not drunk at all Barney with a clean haircut pummeling at a boxing pillow.
Hi, Homer. Since they made me stop drinking, I've regained my balance and diction. Observe.
Barney does backflips and chants a rhyme.
I am the very model of a modern Major General. I've information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
No, that's nothing. What's this?
Homer tries to do backflips and rhymes here.
There once was a man from Nantucket who don't.
Homer and Barney exercise along those spinning things you see in astronauts do all the time in the movies. Barney goes first, and as the machine spins, he groans and shouts. Homer's second, and he also groans and shouts, and the machine goes faster. The machine goes so fast that it reforms Homer's chin in the shape of Popeye the Sailor Man chicken.
I can't stand no more.
Next, you see Barney blow into a tube to see how high he can push a ball up the tube to test his oxygen level. Homer sits at the other side of the table and slurps all of the liquid out the tube.
Medicine-y.
Next, Homer and Barney have themselves a Klingon duel in an arena as the fight team from the original Star Trek series plays. The general and the scientists watch from the stands.
Wager 400 quadaloos on the newcomer.
In the locker room, Homer and Barney refresh themselves in the locker room as the general approaches alongside Ray Spanian and second man walk on the moon, Buzz Aldrin.
Gentlemen, I'd like you to meet the most experienced astronauts who will accompany the winner into space. Ray Spanian and Buzz Aldrin, the second man on the moon.
Second comes right after first.
Homer, Barney, and General and Race all give him a WTF look. Awkward.
So, Barney, we hear you're kicking ass.
I don't think this contest is over yet, Buzz, if that is your real name. I believe there is still a little something called the swimsuit competition.
There's no swimsuit competition, Homer.
You mean I saved my bikini zone for nothing?
Sir, that's the obstacle course day. Homer and Barney exercise on the obstacle course as the general and scientists approach with glasses of champagne.
Gentlemen, you have both worked really hard, and in a way, you're both winners. But in another, more accurate way, Barney is the winner.
Oh, congratulations, Barney.
It's very gracious of you, Homer. Please join us in a toast.
He hands both Homer and Barney a wine glass of champagne to toast.
To the mission.
Barney sits down to champagne. Barney's eyes go wide, and his inner Barney is awake.
It begins.
Barney snatches the champagne bottle from the general and gulps it down.
Give me that.
Stop him.
General and the scientists try to restrain Barney and take the bottle from him.
Barney, no. Give me that bottle.
No.
Barney runs away with the bottle and grabs a nearby jetpack. He straps it on. Barney vocalizes gibberish and takes off in the jetpack. He flies it for about 2 seconds till the jetpack loses fuel. Barney falls down and bounces on the roof of the building that ironically says Pillow Factory.
Ow!
He then falls to the street and is run over by a truck, oddly enough not crushing him flat.
I don't understand it. That was non-alcoholic champagne.
Well, Homer, I guess you're the winner by default.
Default! Woo! The 2 sweetest words in the English language. Default!
Scientist knocks Homer unconscious again with the same club as before.
Where did you get that anyway?
Sent away?
On a TV screen. The Itchy and Scratchy Show! An Itchy and Scratchy cartoon is about to start as the title card reads Star Trek, Next Laceration, as Itchy the mouse shoots a laser beam through Scratchy the cat's tummy. In the cartoon, Scratchy travels in a space rocket as he eats a sandwich. After a beat, his stomach begins to rumble as Itchy bursts out of Scratchy's chest a la Alien. Itchy then shoves Scratchy into an airlock container. Itchy proceeds to push a button that says blow hatch. Scratchy puts on his astronaut suit and helmet, just as the hatch doors open, sending Scratchy into space. Itchy follows, piloting a space pod, just like the one seen in 2001: A Space Odyssey. Giggling mischievously as he does so, Itchy uses the arms of the pod to carry Scratchy and cut him in half using Saturn's rapidly spinning ring. Scratchy tries to go after his lower half, but descends into Saturn. Itchy grabs Scratchy again, takes his helmet off, and Scratchy begins to blow up like a balloon, then explodes. Scratchy's blood and guts reveal the title card in the end. The following screen features a viewer's discretion warning. The preceding program contains scenes of extreme violence and should not be viewed by young children. NASA living quarters day. Homer, Bart, and Lisa were watching the cartoon as Bart and Lisa laugh hysterically while Homer sweats, whimpers, and latches his hands on the couch. Corridor to shuttle. Homer, Buzz, and Rick walk down the corridor in glorious slow motion, with triumphant music playing in the background while wearing the astronaut gear. When they reach the view of the shuttle, Homer gasps and sees just how massive it is. Homer immediately becomes frightened.
No!
The Papa Star room, Homer begins to run away in fast motion, whimpering as he does. Gas station. Intercut between gas station and NASA living quarters. Homer is at a gas station as he speaks to Marge through a payphone.
Marge, I don't really want to go through with this, but being an astronaut is how I got you to respect me.
Homer, when I met you, you weren't an astronaut. You didn't even know how to use a touchstone. But I still respected you, and I always will, no matter what.
Martin hears touchstones press on the dial through the line.
Homer, you already dialed.
Oh.
But on the other hand, when you don't take advantage of an opportunity, you can end up regretting it for the rest of your life.
You're right, Marge. Just like the time I met Mr. T at the mall. I could have met Mr. T at the mall.
Family Guy cutaway? Wait, that's 5 years later? Okay, proceed.
The entire day I kept saying, you'll go a little later. I'll go a little later. And then when I got there, they told me he just left. And when I asked the mall guy if he'd ever come back again, he said he didn't know. Well, I'm never going to let something like that happen again. I'm going into space right now.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. And I know it's going to go just fine.
Marge hears Twin Peaks dial again as she groans in Marge Simpson. Interior Space Shuttle Bay. T-minus 3 minutes to liftoff and counting. Homer, Buzz, and Race are strapped in.
Well, this is Corvier. Launch sequence initiated. All systems go.
Are we there yet? I'm thirsty.
Mission control. Request permissions to sedate cargo ahead of schedule.
Permission denied.
Payload checklist. IRS surveillance satellite.
Check.
Ant farm.
Buzz looks over a glass ant farm that says experimental ant colony.
Check.
Children's letters to God.
Buzz looks over capsule pod that says children's letters to God to jettison.
Check.
3, 2, 1. Make rocket go now. The rocket lifts off. Homer, Buzz, and Race groan from the vibrating inside. Homer's face informs that of Richard Nixon as his groan sounds more like Nixon. NASA living quarters. Marge, Bart, Lisa, Maggie, and alongside Abraham Simpson, as well as Patty and Selma, all watch liftoff on TV. Go, Dad, go!
Out doth the hero, strong and brave, and celestial path in the heavens pave.
The rest of the family gets Lisa a WTF moment.
Go, Dad, go.
Mission control room.
Sir, the TV ratings for the launch are the highest in 10 years.
Operators in the control room give a loud cheer.
Hooray!
Hey.
And how's the spacecraft doing?
I don't know. All this equipment is just used to measure TV ratings.
The shuttle reaches space.
Beautiful. It's the most awe-inspiring sight I've ever seen. Giver of life, mother of us all. Hey guys, look what I smuggled aboard.
Homer reveals he's holding a bag of potato chips. That is what he was talking about this whole time.
Homer, no!
Homer rips the bag open as all the potato chips float throughout the shuttle.
Don't clog the instruments!
Careful, they're ruffled.
I'll take care of this.
As Blue Down the Blue Walks plays, Homer eats the potato chips to the rhythm of the song. Up until the last minute, Homer realizes he's about to crash into the ant farm.
Ants!
Homer whimpers as he tries to float away. The ant and Wiggum converse and say, "You're not the queen. Queen. I'm the queen." "No, you're not." Homer crashes into the ant farm, breaking the glass, letting the ants float away as they say, "Freedom! Horrible, horrible freedom!"
You fool! Now we never know if ants can be trained to sort tiny screws in space.
Some good news, gentlemen. We have quite a treat for you.
And a cup between mission control and the space shuttle.
We've been able to coax superstar James Taylor in here to mission control to wish you well and play you a little of his own brand of laid-back adult contemporary music.
Wow, former President James Taylor.
How you doing, fellas?
With all due respect, Mr. Taylor, this isn't the best time for your unique brand of bittersweet folk rock. We have a potentially critical situation here. I'm sure you'll understand.
Listen, Aldrin, I'm not as laid back as people think. Now, here's the deal. I'm going to play, and you're going to float there and like it.
James starts to play his guitar and serenades us with his sweet laid-back singing voice.
When you're down and troubled, and you need a helping hand, and nothing is going right.
Homer, Buzz, and Ray's just float in the shuttle, surrounded by potato chips and ants, looking miserable. The NASA Living Quarters Day, the Simpsons, Abraham, and Patty and Selma continue to watch reports of the space mission on TV.
We're just about to get our first pictures from inside the spacecraft with... Oh, wait, no. Wrong part. With average not Homer Simpson, and we like to there we go.
Screams the second time as he sees an ant float by the graphic window on the side. The family screams. Graphic window looks simple.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've just lost their picture, but what we've seen speaks for itself. The Covair spacecraft has apparently been taken over, conquered, if you will, by a master race of giant space ants. It's difficult to tell from this vantage point whether they will consume the captive Earthmen or merely enslave them. One thing is for certain, there is no stopping them. The ants will soon be here, and I, for one, welcome our new insect overlords. I'd like to remind them that as a trusted TV personality, I can be helpful in rounding up others to toil in the underground sugar caves.
Don't worry, kids. I'm sure your father's all right.
What are you basing that on, Mom?
A beat.
Who wants ginger snaps?
Mission control. James Taylor continues singing.
There's hours of time on the telephone line, talking about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Sweet dreams and flying machines flying safely through the air.
Space shuttle. Homer, Buzz, and Ray continue floating in the space shuttle. Then the ants malfunction the shuttle controls.
Oh my god! The ants are shorting out the arch navigation system!
Mission control day. The scientists, the general, and James Taylor all watch Homer, Buzz, and Ray rock back and forth in the malfunctioning space shuttle on the screen.
Ants, huh? We had quite a severe ant problem at the vineyard this year. Had Art Garfunkel come by with his compressor, and he created a total vacuum outside the house, and we blew the ants out the front door. But I'm sure you high-tech NASA people could care less about our resort town ways.
The scientist is about to hit James Taylor with the club. What's his deal with this thing?
Quiet, you.
Wait a minute. This unkempt youngster just might be onto something.
In the space shuttle.
Okay, everybody, grab onto something.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Make hatch blow now.
Ray presses the button to open the hatch in the shuttle. All the potato chips and ants are sucked out into space.
And that is that. Yo!
Homer's getting sucked out and barely clings on the lever handle of the hatch door. He floats about to get pulled into the back into space. In the mission control, General Scientist and James Taylor watches on the screen.
Oh my god, this is a disaster.
Gotta go.
James Taylor trips as he leaves. The space shuttle, Homer whimpers as he's holding on to their life. Sucked out. Buzz reaches out for Homer's hand and pulls him in, unfortunately having Homer breaking the handle of the hatch.
Homer, you broke the handle.
But that hatch open will burn up on re-entry. That's it. If I go, I'm taking you to hell with me.
Wait a minute, Race. Wait a minute. Wait!
Homer grabs, which you know, a green rock to protect himself.
Aha! now I'll bust that pretty face of yours.
As Homer taps Race's helm with the rod, he accidentally closes the hatch with it like a handle.
Oh, stupid bar.
Wait, Homer, if that bar holds, we just might make it back to Earth.
I'll bet you could.
Homer tries to free the bar, but Buzz and Race wrestle with him to prevent Homer from more trouble.
Give me that.
NASA living quarters on TV.
While this reporter was probably a little hasty earlier and would like to reaffirm his allegiance to this country and its human president, it may not be perfect, but it's still the best government we have.
Ken notices a sign that says pale ants covering the graphic window and removes it quickly.
Oh, yes. By the way, the spacecraft is still in extreme danger, may not make it back, attempting risky reentry, blah, 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 blah. We'll see you after the movie.
In the space shuttle. As the shuttle makes its rapid descent, both Buzz and Race hum Battle Hymn of the Republic.
All those golden grahams, all those golden grahams, crispy, crunchy graham cereal, brand new breakfast treat.
NASA living quarters. The family continues to watch the shuttle try to make its descent safely.
Dad, you can make it!
Oh, of course he'll make it. It's TV.
Not wrong. In Space Shuttle, the shuttle enters the atmosphere and crashes through a building that says News Reporter Convention. Buzz releases the green rod from the hatches. Dozens of reporters await the astronauts outside.
How would you solve the door dilemma?
Homer Simpson was the real hero here. He jerry-rigged the door closed with this.
The Buzz shows the reporters the green rod.
Hey, what is that?
It's an inanimate carbon wad.
The crowd cheers and
Yay.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay, the crowd cheers and the picture taken of the rod in Homer's hand and makes its cover of Time magazine. We then see the carbon rod being shown in a parade. Simpson's living room. Homer turns off the TV out of annoyance. Oh, they were just about to show some close-ups of the rod.
Oh, stupid rod. I got screwed.
Homer, you should be proud. Only a handful of people have done what you've done.
Yeah, Dad, and how many people have seen the ice caps? What's left of them, anyway. And the deserts, all at once. Or the majesty of the northern lights from 100 miles above.
Yeah, maybe I do have the right... What's this stuff? Anyway, thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Marge.
Bart, do you have something nice to say to your father?
Nah, he knows how I feel. Bart writes hero on the back of Homer's head with the same dry erase marker from before. Oh. Bart throws the marker in the air as it transitions into the Fox satellite while Bus Spake Zarathustra plays a la 2001. We descend to see Homer as a star child. The satellite hits star child Homer on the head.
Go!
The black. All right, awesome. Great job, everyone. All right, let's get into the next episode. Homer's Enemy, written by John Swartzwelder, on the TV screen.
Which, if true, means death for us all. And now, Ken's People. Tonight's inspiring story is about Frank Grimes, a 35-year-old Springfieldite who's earned everything the hard way, but never let adversity get him down.
You know, a young 4-year-old Grimes being left on the road, then a young Grimes delivery boy delivering presents to a rich child.
Abandoned by his parents at age 4, Frank never really got to go to school. He spent his childhood years as a delivery boy, delivering toys to much more fortunate children. Then on his 18th birthday, he was blown up in a silo explosion.
The bag explodes as Grimes is running. We then see Grimes lying in the hospital bed, battered from head to toe. We then see a picture of a young man, Grimes, sitting at a table studying through tons of books.
During his long recuperation, he taught himself to hear and feel pain again. As the years passed, he used his few leisure moments each day to study science by mail, And last week, Frank Grimes, the man who had to struggle for everything he ever got, received his correspondence school diploma in nuclear physics with a minor in determination.
A crow flies by attempting to snatch the diploma from Frank, and after a little struggle, Frank snatches it back. Then power plant burns his office. Mr. Burns is revealed to be watching that program as he dabs his eyes with a handkerchief. That's the kind of man I need in my team, Smithers. A real scrapper, a self-made man like me. Bring this Grimes fellow to me. I want to make him my executive vice president.
Yes, sir.
Later, same setting, Smithers brings Frank Grimes' professional yet bland, kind of common looking with glasses and a boring haircut into Mr. Burns. Smithers, I've just seen the most heroic dog on television. He pulled a toddler from the path of a speeding car and pushed a criminal in front of it. Find this dog. I want to make him my executive vice president.
Yes, sir. In the meantime, here's Frank Grimes.
Grimes extends his hand for a shake, a beat. Burns has already forgotten who this man was.
The self-made man?
What? Oh, yes, that fellow. Let's put him somewhere out of the way and find that dog.
Yes, sir.
Smithers walks off as Grimes feels left disappointed. Smithers then drags away Grimes off screen. In the power plant control room, Homer Simpson is seen goofing off and swiveling in his chair.
Chair goes round, chair goes round, chair goes round, chair goes round.
Hey, homie, you busy?
Yes.
Hey, there's a new guy at the plant. Maybe we ought to say hi to him.
Homer stops spinning.
I don't know. I'm kind of dizzy. I should probably go home sick.
Power plant Frank's office. Frank tries to figure out a way to align his pencils and coffee mug on the desk. He catches eyes of Homer, Lenny, and Carl spying on him through the glass window from Homer's station. The door opens to Frank's office, and the three guys step in.
You new?
Yes, my name is Frank Grimes.
I'm Lenny, and this is Carl and Homer. I'm Lenny.
How do you do?
Wow. You got pencils with your name on them? Just like a pencil company executive. I'd give you anything for one of these.
Homer accidentally knocks over Frank's pencil holder, much to Frank's dismay.
Any office supply company can have them made up for you.
Frank takes the pencil from Homer.
Can I have this one?
No.
Can Lenny have it?
No.
Lenny and Carl look over Frank's college degree hanging on the wall.
Oh, that's my degree in nuclear physics. I'm sure you all have one.
Oh, yeah, Carl and I each have a master's. Of course, old Homer, he didn't need a degree. He just showed up on the day they opened the plant.
Yeah, I didn't even know what a nuclear power plant was.
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm sure we all have a lot of work to do.
Frank sees Lenny and Carl leave. He turns around and sees Homer still standing there.
You seem like a great guy, so I'll give you a little tip. If you turn the security cameras around, you can sleep and no one will ever know.
I don't think we're being paid to sleep.
Oh, yeah, they're always trying to screw you.
Homer leaves and Frank just shakes his head. Springfield City Hall. Marge sees that the personalized license plate booth.
Marge is already taken? How about Marjorie?
The license plate clerk starts searching on the computer. Negative buzzing sound.
Sorry, man.
Marge is her Martian front.
How about Mitzi?
The clerk searches again.
You could have Nitzy.
Mitzi.
Bart Simpson standing near Marge, clearly bored. I'm out of here. City hallway. Bart passes by a door that says tax seekers. There seems to be an auction going on in the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next lot is number 751.
Bart enters to take a peek inside.
How much am I bid for item 751, 751?
No response.
No bids for item 751?
$1.
I have $1, $1. All right. Sold for $1.
Cool, what'd I buy?
35 Industry Way.
The auctioneer hands Bart a deed and a set of keys. Exterior 35 Industry Way factory. Bart comes across an old dilapidated building he just purchased. Looks like my years of hard work have finally paid off. In the power plant cafeteria, Homer sits at a table eating his lunch. Frank passes by.
Oh, you Stretch? What's a good word?
My name is Grimes. Simpson. Frank Grimes. I took the trouble to learn your name. The least you can do is learn mine.
Okay, Grimy.
You're eating my special dietetic lunch.
Huh?
Frank clears his stories and shows Homer the eating out says property of Frank Grimes.
Oh, gee. I'm sorry.
The bag was clearly marked. Please be more careful in the future.
Check.
Homer takes a few more bites of the sandwich and throws it back into Frank's lunch sack. Frank crumbles up the sack and throws it in the nearby trash can. As Frank walks away, Homer tries to sneakily grab the sack out of the trash, and Frank looks back a couple of times, keeping his eyes on Homer. Power plant, Frank's office. Frank finds that a couple of his pencils have been chewed up. Frank takes his pencils and enters Homer's station next door, in the power plant control room.
Simpson, do you know who chewed up my...
Frank looks up to see Homer with a bunch of his pencils everywhere on the control panel, on the floor, chewing them, cleaning his ears with them, etc. Frank growls, snaps the pencil he holds into two, and storms back into his office. 35 Industry Way Factory. Bart walks to the newly owned abandoned factory. Wow, it's filthy, and it's mine. Bart finds a screw on the floor, chuckles, and tries to toss it through the upper glass window, but it falls to the ground. He spots an old wooden wheelchair and a fire extinguisher. Bart sits on the chair and turns on the extinguisher, jetting him to the other side of the room. Whee! We then see a hair dump as Bart seems to have crashed in the wall. The power plant, Frank's office. Homer walks into the office as Frank tries to focus on his work.
So, how's it going, Grimy?
I'd appreciate it if you stay out of my office, Simpson.
Wish I had a nickel for every time I heard that.
Homer then makes obnoxious random sounds, and then the worst happens.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ball. So, what's up, Grimy?
Suddenly, an alarm goes off in Homer's station, and a flashing red light can be seen from Frank's window.
Simpson, you got a 513.
Homer stupidly looks at his watch.
No, a 513 in your procedure manual? A 51?
Homer just acts stupid and clueless as always.
Look at your control panel.
Homer sees a red light alarm and danger signs go off in the station.
Oh, a 513. I'll handle it.
Power plant control room. Homer walks into the control room, grabs a bucket of water, and pours it all over the control panel. Static electricity come out of the control panel as they are fried.
That got it.
Frank pierces the wind through with a face of shock, horror, and disbelief at what he just witnessed. 35 Industry Way office room. Bart sits in the factory president office, feeling comfortable. He then spots Milhouse outside the window, walking on the street. Bart whistles for him. Hey, Milhouse, want a job in my factory?
Well, you don't have a factory.
Hey, I'm a busy man. You want a job or not?
Okay.
Milhouse runs to the factory. Power plant cafeteria. Homer sits at a table, stuffing donuts and sandwiches into his mouth like a sloppy pig. Frank, Carl, and Lincoln watch.
God, he eats like a...
Yeah, I don't know. Pigs tend to chew. I say he looks more like a duck.
Homer seems scarfing down a donut down his throat, just like a duck did.
Well, some kind of farm animal. Anyway, and earlier today, I saw him asleep inside a radiation suit. Can you imagine that? He was